सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे
अभंगाचे ओवीचेही माया बोलीचे माहेर
वाऱ्यातही मराठीचे दिवे लख घरोघर संत महंतांचे विरागी गीत आमुचे वादळाचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे तंतु तंतु संघर्षाचा पैठणीत भिनलेला
नक्षीतच पक्षी पक्षी विजयाचा विरलेला
सोन पहाट उदयाचे गीत आमुचे उजेडाचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे प्रज्ञेचा सूर्य नवा शब्द शब्द उजळून गेला समतेचा संग्राचा अर्थ ढाळून गेला विराट विशाल संस्कृतीचे गीत आमुचे जीवनाचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे
Thank you, Amol. You can stop the university song. I would request all participants to open their cameras. सभी सहभागी जो है वो अपने कैमरा ओपन रखें. So this 8 days working program will cover the topics like Indian knowledge system, holistic and multidisciplinary education, academic leadership, governance and management, students, diversity in conclusive education, research and development, higher education in society, then information technology, skill and development. So these 8 days will be really fruitful to all of you. All of you will take something in your bags and you will deliver to your colleagues, friends, and society regarding the NEP 2020. So, friends, it is really an honor and pleasure for all of us to have the honorable guest today as a keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Upendra Kulkarni, sir. Dr. Upendra Kulkarni, sir, is a former professor of civil engineering with expertise in water management. He has retired in 2016 from Shri Guru Gobind Singh Institute of Engineering and Technology, Nanded. He has made significant contribution to teach and research in postgraduate water management courses for more than 25 years. His other area of work include he is also member of governing committee of Deen Dayal Research Institute, Delhi, then advisory board member of India Water Partnership since 2011, then council member and chairman of Indian Water Work Association, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar Center, then significant contribution to organization like Sarovar, Samriddhini and Bharatiya Jal Sanskritik Mandal, which focus on water conservation and heritage. So I hope that his expertise today will enlighten us, all the participants. So on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, again I welcome our chief guest. And as Patil sir is not feeling well, so directly we will start the lecture, and we will now hand over the session to Honorable Upendra Kulkarni sir. Over to you, sir.
Car.
No.
Is it audible?
Yes, yes, audible, sir. Audible.
We'll continue. Okay. So, dear friends, as far as national education policy is concerned, you will find that in the first slide it is 2020, and since 2020 we are preparing for the implementation of this particular policy, which will change the lives of youth. It focuses on employability, it focuses on skills, it focuses on internationalization of the students pursuing the courses. It has also reference when I refer to skill. Next slide. When I refer to skill, I have few things in my mind. Amol, next slide.
Amol, kindly change the slide. You continue, sir. मैं change कर रहा था.
Oh,
Yes, yes. Just I will. Yes, sir. Just kidding.
So when I say skill education and NEP preparation, I have few things in my mind. As Professor Dharmapal, who was disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, he has studied the culture and tradition of India, and he has, can say, written many books on this particular aspect. So basically, it is Karigar who were contributing to the economy of India, the global level. Many such presentations are available on internet, which will tell you that India's contribution 1000 years ago was close to 30%. And this 30% contribution in the global economy came from Karigar, something manufacturing, something very particular, something very specific, something which is liked by the European countries. And that's why if you refer to some research in history, you will find Silk trade route and so on. So this trade route, Silk route tells you that this is the path on which the commodities manufactured, prepared in India were marketed, traveled to European countries. And European countries were passionate about these things. They were passionate about these things. So that's why it is about manufacturing, and that's why our contribution to the economy was 30%. Because of the British intervention, many, you can say, administrative reforms, and so on and so forth. They wanted to kill this particular type of economy, and that's why, because of their administrative reform, taxes and policy, slowly this contribution to the global economy has come down. So the things that appear on the slide, like Ravindra Sharma Guruji at Adilabad, some Kalashram, then Sunil Deshpande in Melghat region. So these were the people. There are many other, Girish Prabhune in Pune. So there are many people who were really working very hard for the restoration of self-respect of Karigar. And same thing has been reflected in the policy that we are referring to as national education policy. So there is more thrust on skill. There is more thrust on karigari. So we develop something very innovative, very uh, different, which has demand in the global market. And that's why you find that in our presentation, this particular thing like global market, global demand, and then can say assessment of various skills with reference to relating to the demand for particular skill and so on will be reflected in our discussion. Last thing, that is PM Vishwakarma Yojana. This is a very recent scheme launched by the Government of India. We at BEAD, we are training the traditional karigar artisans in various skills. So far, till Diwali, we have trained more than 500 artisans or karigars in 5 or 6 types of skills at BEAD. And this is a very unique program in Maharashtra. It is a national program, but what we are doing at BEAD is something very valuable and appreciable. Because we have published success story also, wherein after pursuing this particular uh, training at our campus in BEAD, the artisans and the karigars are able to get the loan from the bank for improving their business. And we have published their success stories also. The point is basically uh, this education must focus on artisanship, traditional karigar system, and so. So that's why I'm referred to Vishwakarma Yojana. Next slide. So you'll find that our education policies, student centric, equity and inclusion, means youth from even rural background should have entry with affordability, with quality of education, higher learning institutes. We want to increase our gross enrollment ratio to 50%. At the moment, it is 26-27%. So the rural population must find entry into the colleges. So that is the focus of NEP. So how do you really do it? So that's why uh, it is student centric, it is flexible, and it is multidisciplinary also. A global perspective has been kept in mind. Holistic education is another aspect of NEP. Next slide. So you'll find that how do you really increase the presence of rural population in the higher learning institutes? That is, we aim at 50%. So how do you really do it? So we offer affordability, we offer accessibility. The rural student youth can take up courses wherever they are available. Those courses are accounted for through ABC. So this ABC and other point like multi-entry, multi-exit are now known to most of the people who are involved in, I can say, planning or implementation of NEP. So because we have also prepared the syllabus uh, to match this ABC, to match the multidisciplinary education and so on. Next slide. So next slide talks about this National Credit Framework and Academic Bank of Credit. As I said, this is known to you. Next slide. Next slide tells you about what is that multi-exit, multi-entry, and what is the structure of multidisciplinary UG/PG program under NEP. Next slide. As I said, this is basically multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary. Most of the universities now have a dean for interdisciplinary education, wherein you combine two or more academic disciplines into one. So that's become interdisciplinary. Similarly, when you try to solve a problem, or when you try to get an employment job in some industry, you find that one discipline is not enough. So that's why NEP offers a unique educational approach that allows students to learn and explore distinct subjects or curricula from various disciplines. Like you pursue one particular thing, like you are a student of art and you take up a course from mathematics, from science, let us say. So mathematics is a thing which is new to art graduate. Similarly, a science graduate may take some social science course, or an engineering graduate may take some course from music. So, so he may find it that music may enhance his employability or his business attitude. So this is multidisciplinary. Next slide. So this approach allows you to take up various courses in your main curriculum and acquire acquire various skills. So curriculum framework, the multidisciplinary point that I was mentioning, to develop your attitude, to increase your employability. So we have developed the curriculum framework. This framework is also now ready with the universities and colleges. In this course, you have something like governance, something like IKS, and so on. So these things are now properly introduced, and during this course, you'll get few more things about skill, IKS, and so on. So what is the structure? It is course structure is like this. You have a major or core courses that you must, when you are a student of a particular discipline, you must take up few core courses. Then there are some minor courses. Then there are some open electives. Open electives means these are the electives which are offered at the institute level or at the university level. Then there are ability enhancement courses. Is like speaking English, writing skill, content writing. So you can have ability enhancement course. So when you are doing a particular course, and if you find that your particular abilities can needs to be improved for good employment, you can do that course. You can opt for that course in your institute, and there are many other platforms also, like MOOC platforms, SWAM platform. So there are digital platforms available so that you can improve your ability. So these ability enhancement courses are now part of framework. That is very interesting story about NEP. So you can increase your ability by offering such courses through various platforms in the institute, in the university, MOOC, SWAM, and many other platforms, and many other, can say, certified institutes. So if you do course in that particular institute, uh, that institute is registered with the framework, and that's whatever credit you get while pursuing the course in that institute finds its place in ABC. Means you get, can say, accounting for that particular credit that you do in some other institute also. So this flexibility is a very important, can say, aspect of characteristic of national education policy. So you can do this AEC, have many chances, you have many alternatives and opportunities. So similarly, next one is VSC, means it is about vocational and skilling courses. I will talk about skills in more detail. Similarly, value and professional ethics, these are also very important courses for employability. Many times, the business people will expect the graduates to have professional ethics. Without professional ethics, probably they may not accept you. So, what are those professional ethics? What is the protocol that a student or a graduate must understand? uh, the way you should talk, the way you should present, and so on and so forth. So this can be included in the curricular framework. That's why I said open electives, it is for additional knowledge, AEC, VSc vocational and skill courses, value education, professional ethics, and so on. Apart from that, we have internship, apprentice courses, and so on, plus research project. So this internship, research project, these are very and apprentice. These three things are very important aspects of NEP. Good, very good contribution. Earlier, this internship was available at many institutes like BITS Pilani. They had, they have, still they have. Means students are allowed to work in the industry for 1 year or 6 months. VIT, they have such courses. So this is a very peculiar thing that is being followed. BITS Pilani is a very old institute wherein such sandwich programs are offered, wherein a student is allowed to work in the industry for 6 months or 1 month or 1 year, get the can say knowledge of industry working, do some problem solving in the industry, and so on. Similarly, you can have community project or research project. So these are the various aspects of curricular framework: major, core, minor, open, AEC, USC, value education, professional ethics, internship, research project, and apprenticeship. Apart from that, we have co-curricular courses also like NSS, NCC, and so on. The beauty of it is all these things are now accredited. Next slide. So here you can find that particular structure. On left hand side, you will find that if you have a student of physics or arts, social science, language, so you have mandatory core courses. Then you have core electives from the main discipline, core courses plus core electives. Then you have vocational courses, skill-based courses. So that has been quantified. 14 to 16 credits means you can go for 3, 4, 5 courses from vocational side, from skill side. This is the beauty of it. Means while you are taking up course from art, science, commerce, and so on, at the same time you do some vocational courses. Number can be 3, 4, 5, and credits are 14 to 16. You have mandatory internship, you have field project, you have apprenticeship, you have community engagement, and you have research project for 12 credits, and so on. On the other side, you have open curricular components, which I have already mentioned that IKS may include generic, major, minor, value education, professional ethics, and so on. Next slide. So here we have, I can say, a combination of major, minor, and additional curricular, co-curricular courses. Here, this slide gives you additional features of multidisciplinary engineering. So how do you really combine these particular mandatory courses and can say other AEC skill courses and so on. Apart from that, you can have non-credit courses also, value-added courses also. If you feel like taking course from music, from photography, such additional credits can also be earned during your education. So these are listed. Further, you will find the list also. And we have a very good support system for such things. Whatever is added as new thing in NEP, everything is properly supported, accounted for. ABC is there. So this support system uh, is also explained in the subsequent slide. So it is not just something like imaginary, something like visualized, like you have this, you have that, but everything that has been thought of, that has been put up in the policy, has been properly put. Because you have a framework, at the same time, you have a monetary system, you have a institute which will assess the performance of a student and say that it is pass or fail, and then accordingly credits are counted for. So everything is properly done, and that you must understand, because we are now the policy was sanctioned in July 2020, and nearly 4 years have passed, and we are preparing. And I must tell you, very recently in November, we had a meeting in Delhi, wherein secretaries of education from all the states came together, and there it was appreciated that the preparation of government of Maharashtra as far as implementation of NEP is concerned is substantially good. So that's why you must understand that uh, at the state level, at the university level, the preparations are going on nicely. So when you are part of it, when you are working in an institute, you must understand that. Try to understand what are the components of this and how this is working, how this is implemented. So that part is very important. So when you come down to college level or institute level, you must understand how do you really offer a non-credit course, value-added course, or skill course, or can say ability enhancement course, or English speaking course, music course, photography course. Similarly, NSS and NCC. So how do you really creditize? Means you are, how do you really offer credit? How do you develop a monitoring system mechanism for assessment of these courses being offered and at the institute? At the same time, what are the opportunities available in the vicinity at the district level, elsewhere, or digital platforms through which you can take up a course and then accordingly complete it, get it credited in your ABC, Academic Bank of Credit. So that must appear in your Academic Bank of Credit. So this is about various things that I was talking about, like value-added course, then skill, vocational, then internship, apprenticeship, and so on. Next slide. Next slide shows you about the skill hubs and the statement that appears in the slide, that this is a national target, national objective, that by 2025, I will give you demand pattern also at the later stage. So by 2020, at least 50% of the students from the colleges shall have some exposure to vocational education. You may be BSc, BCom, BA, or diploma or something of that sort, but you must have some exposure to vocational education, some exposure. So you must adopt some skills so that you are acceptable to the industry, to the organization, to the manufacturing sector, or to the service sector. Next slide. Next slide tells you about a skill hub. So here you can see skill hub. It's a skill courses offered to various young graduates, those who are literate or not literate, illiterate also, school dropouts. So even school dropout, then women, they must take up some skill course and have improved livelihood. So what are the key highlights? It is hands-on training. There is a national skill qualification framework associated with it. So whatever course you take, this is this NSQF compliant course. So it is not anything, but it is a compliant course, which is, can say, recognized course at the national level. So when you get a certificate from the institute, with that certificate, you can go to the bank and get some loan. So you are, for that matter, appreciated for performing that particular skill course. So you have reward money for certification, you have free counseling, means you will be supported by the organization where you take up the course, skill course. So free counseling is available. They'll help you to go to the bank. They'll help you to establish your business. They'll help you to use marketing strategies, use digital platform to sell your commodity if you are doing something of that sort. A placement facilitation. These organizations will arrange for employment mela and so on, wherein the employers will come together. They will arrange for interview of the students doing some courses in the college and taking up some skill courses in some organization like Jana Shikshan Sansthan or ITI or Polytechnic. So these skill courses will improve the employability. These JSS like thing, they will arrange for interviews. They will arrange mela of these employers wherein youth will get opportunity to get a position in the industry or service sector. Here, one more line is important. So, what is this skill hub, or what is the, can say, attempt to integrate skills and education for New India, Vikasit Bharat, New India? So, what is that? It's a joint initiative by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and Ministry of Education aligned with NEP 2020. Try to remember that the skill hub through Jana Shikshan Sanstha, you will find the number also. There are 5,000 skill hubs across country. So this, why these 5,000 skill hubs are available? So it is in alignment with NEP 2020. It is an alignment with 2020. So when you say that you have this in the curricular framework that I have already described. So when it appears in the curricular framework, wherein VSC is there, wherein ability enhancement course is there, so on, then you must have an opportunity. So that's why there are such 5,000 skill hubs across India, and this is a joint initiative. This is very important. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship is not working in isolation, but it is jointly working with Ministry of Education. This is very important. And that's why, next slide. Next slide tells you that we have tried, means when NEP was approved in 2020, and we have run some courses in 2021. After this 2020, 2021 we have run the skill hubs courses, tailoring, electrician, automobile, and then some artificial jewelry, beautician course, and so on. That is a big list that we have conducted at BEAD. It's a practical experience that I have with me running the Jana Shikshan Sansthan at BEAD. So with that objective, we have tried to discuss with the colleges. So what was the objective? We have arranged a meeting on 29th of March 2022. So our objective was to explain importance of skill education. It is already there in NEP. So we tried to find out what is the preparation of the colleges? What is the preparation of the colleges? What is the understanding of the colleges as far as skill education is concerned? Do they really understand the importance of it? Do they really understand or know where is the opportunity, where from they will get the skill courses. Do you know to how to integrate the skill course in normal conventional colleges, education, and so on? So these are the things in our mind. So with that, we have arranged a meeting in Sambhajinagar, Jana Shikshan Sansthan directors, then faculty from 1, 2, 3, 4 colleges uh, were invited. There's Soega College and Fulabri College. These two colleges were from rural background, and this SB and Mahila, these two colleges were from Sambhajinagar city. So two colleges from rural background, two colleges from urban background, which are running very good. Means they do not have really problem of students. But we have selected two colleges. Surgaon is typically backward area, hilly terrain, and so on. Fulambri is also a very small place, even though it appears on the highway, but still it's a uh, rural background. And then we have the other organizations working in Shiksha Sanskriti Uttanyas, working in education. And we had directors, Jan Shikshan Sansthan directors from Nagar, then Sambhaji Nagar, Ahmad Nagar, Sambhaji Nagar, and then Beed, Latur. 4 people were present. They were prepared. They came forward, like Sambhaji Nagar person came forward saying that we will offer the courses to these people from Sambhaji Nagar district. Jan Shikshan Sansthan Beed is already offering. We have this experience. Jan Shikshan Sansthan Beed is offering the courses for the colleges in Beed city, even Mazalgaon, Ambezogai, and so on. So entire Beed district is like that. I can say it's a rural setup, but two colleges from taluka place and two colleges from district place, 4 colleges we are offering these skill courses, and we have experience of running such skill courses for the college students. So what was the discussion? I said uh, to SB College and Mahila College. That was in 29th of March 2020. I said the students of SB and students of Mahila College are already doing a course in Jan Shikshan Sansthan, Sambhajinagar. You are not aware of it. I said to the professor that you are not aware that your students are doing a course, skill course in Jan Shikshan Sansthan, Sambhajinagar. So if they are already doing it, it means the arrangement is known to the student. So you try to come forward and make it a formal arrangement. Enter into an MOU with Jan Shikshan Sansthan. Arrange everything. I said to Mahila College, like you have a home science course in your college. So you can have one course in the premises. It's entirely 20 girls from your college or some few women with school dropout and other things. They also can join in your institute, and you can have such type of course for tailoring or beautician and so on. So these were the points that I discussed with them. So this is prevailing. I said this is not new to your student. It is prevailing. So you try to make it formal, enter into MOU and so on. So these are the points that we have discussed during that meeting. Then later on, we found that we really sort of can say compared, we have forced, we kept on discussing with Savarkar College in Beed, then Madalgaon College, Dishwar College, Madalgaon, Balbin College, Beed, and so on. Then Koleshwar College in Madalgaon. So various colleges we talked about, and we said we want to offer courses to these students. And that's why I must tell you with honor that Savarkar College girl students and completed a plumbing course with Jan Shikshan Sanstha. And I must tell you that this is the first of its kind in the state of Maharashtra, that girl students from colleges are completing plumbing course and more further, you'll find that these particular things, Savarkar College, next year 23, they had NEP. So when they mentioned that we have a skill training course in our campus, tailoring course is being offered to our girl students, plumbing course is offered to our girl students. So obviously NAC committee was very much impressed, and obviously performance of that college in NAC improved to a great extent. So this is how we have can say exhibited to colleges from the rural sector that you go for this particular skill courses, which finds very much importance in NEP. So try to understand the arrangement, try to formalize it. Next slide gives you idea about inclusive education, and this Om Jadhav is our student and from Nanded, and inclusiveness, this particular thing appears as one of the 5 pillars of NEP. NEP offers quality education, affordability, accessibility. Apart, at the same time, inclusive education is also equally important in NEP. So what is that inclusive education? Even this person, the Divyang person, can complete the course. He has completed degree course from Nanded. He has completed MTech course from other institute, IIT Delhi, and his work profile or his can say success in the industry is extraordinary, and he is treated as a can say role model, or he is delivering inspirational, motivational talks to youth. He is working in CDAC. So you'll find that inclusive education and empowerment is very important part of NEP. Next slide. So next slide is about again empowerment. This slide tells you about empowerment. This slide tells you about empowerment. This slide tells you about rural education. This slide tells you about quality education that can be made available to the youth from tribal background, rural background, and their quality of education can still be improved, and they can be given a lot of skill courses. So this is the story of Narmada. It's an organization, and this was run by Bharti Thakur. And it's basically on the bank of Narmada River. As I said, it's rural setup, it is tribal area, and these are the people to whom otherwise no education would have been offered of this quality which Bharti Thakur Narmada Le has offered. So what is the story? You can say learn that story from a video. Aman, can you run the video of Narmada Le?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just 2 minutes, now. सर मेरी स्क्रीन दिख रही है सर?
हाँ दिख रहे और
सर ये वाला दिखाना था ना?
बात बराबर एकदम सही है
यस
नमस्कार, मी भारती ठाकूर.
सर आवाज आ रहा है ना सर?
सही है, एकदम आवाज आ रहा है.
ओके ओके सर.
शूलपाणीच्या झाडीत असलेल्या सेमलेट या गावी आम्ही सध्या आलेलो आहोत. काल रात्री इथे मुक्काम केला आणि आज भादलला निघालो आहोत. सेमलेटपर्यंत 4 चाकी गाडी येते, त्यामुळे काही प्रश्न नव्हता. पण भादलला मात्र बाईकवरनं जायला लागणार आहे. गेल्या 10 वर्षात बाईकवर बसले नव्हते. थोडीशी भीती वाटते, पण बघूया. नर्मदा माई आहे, ती घेईल काळजी. नर्मदे हर. ऊन खूप आहे, त्याच्यामुळे सनकोट आणि टोपी तर घालावीच लागणार आहे.
शिक्षा का सूरज है निकला, हो रहा है अब उजाला, आंखें खोलो.
हमको भी है लिखना पढ़ना, हमको भी है आगे बढ़ना, तुम भी बोलो.
शिक्षा का सूरज है निकला, हो रहा है अब उजाला, आंखें खोलो. हमको भी है लिखना पढ़ना, हमको भी है आगे बढ़ना, तुम भी बोलो.
जो नहीं पढ़ सकता उसके सामने जैसे अंधेरा है.
जो नहीं पढ़ सकता उसको एक मजबूरी ने घेरा है.
कितनी ही मजबूरियां शिक्षा मिटा देगी.
उन्नति के रास्ते शिक्षा दिखा देगी.
उम्र चाहे जो भी हो,
मैं कहूँ और तुम कहो,
कभी भी
कहीं भी
कभी भी कहीं भी हमको पढ़ना है, आगे बढ़ना है. हमको पढ़ना है, आगे बढ़ना है. मजरे पा मा बनी धनी पा,
म बनी धनी पा म परे,
सारे मगा मगा मा,
सारे पा म परे.
रे मगा नी नी सा नी.
जिंदगी की गाड़ी के 2 पहिए हैं, ये पुरुष और नारी.
इनमें से हो एक भी अनपढ़ तो ये कठिनाई है भारी.
नारी पढ़ लेगी तो अपने बच्चों को भी वो पढ़ाएगी.
अपने जीवन को भी नारी हर तरफ बेहतर बनाएगी.
उम्र चाहे जो भी हो,
मैं कहूँ और तुम कहो,
कभी भी
कहीं भी
कभी भी कहीं भी हमको पढ़ना है, आगे बढ़ना है. हमको पढ़ना है, आगे बढ़ना है. शिक्षा का सूरज है निकला, हो रहा है अब उजाला, आंखें खोलो. हमको भी है लिखना पढ़ना, हमको भी है आगे बढ़ना, तुम भी बोलो. कभी भी
कहीं भी
कभी भी कभी भी
कहीं भी
कभी भी. शिक्षा का सूरज है निकला.
can come back to presentation. If you have any specific question about this presentation, means this video or this journey from life education to self-reliance, if you have any question, you can pose. I will explain. So this video in a very small time of 5 minutes has explained to you that initially what is the condition of the students. There is no proper education and the journey takes you from that status to, can say, very improved education institute, can say self-reliant, skill education, and at the end of the video you will find that the students are doing some, can say, useful work which brings money. In return, they will get some remuneration. Means they are repairing the car, they are repairing the jeep, they are doing some construction work, scaffolding, then welding, and so on. Even the plumbing activity, even the agricultural activity, the spraying activity in the farm, and so on. So it is from no education at all, some education, then skill, and the students, entire the society is moving towards self-reliant society. In the presentation also, earlier slide, which mentioned that the Ramakrishna Technical Institute is one of the organization from Narmadalaya. In that, Narmadalaya Swara Lahari, this is a musical group of students led by Bharati Thakur. So this group was, can say, guided by very good musicians from Mumbai. And then when this musical group performed at RBI Mumbai, this entire performance was very highly appreciated by the people. So this tells you about the quality education. Next slide. So here the very particular type of, it's a, can say, very good lab facilities. And I must tell you that our 3 professors from Nanded visited this particular lab, and they mentioned that Bhopal, this is in Madhya Pradesh, so Bhopal engineering students are coming to this particular lab facility, fab lab facility, said DST funded project, and very good maintained laboratories. And the Bhopal Engineering College students come over here to undertake, can say, community projects or research projects, because these laboratories are very well maintained. Next slide. So it is about very good education, quality education. Next slide about vocational courses, skill facilitation, promotion of employability. As I said earlier, we have vocational courses, which I have already explained with Skill Hub, that it is hands-on training, cognitive skill, occupational skill, agility in adoption, and so on. At the same time, I said this is supported with, we have a various sector skill councils. So every syllabus is prepared by some experts, councils. There is a qualification pack, there is a national occupational standards, there is an assessment mechanism, and so on. So everything that has been suggested under this particular NEP as vocational course or skill course has been supported by some mechanism. Next slide. So here you have some list, and you'll find the list is from the courses are from can say electrical, then retail management means commerce, advertisement means it can be commerce and arts, communication English it is from art, so tax procedure and practice it is from commerce, tourism, travel, management, hospitality, and so on. So this is we can say interdisciplinary, and basically it is arts and some commerce aspect. Then banking, financial services, and insurance. This BFSI is a very important thing. You'll come to know about that in the later slide. Logistic, web design, so on and so forth. So these are the various, as I said, beauty and wellness. This is what we are offering. Jewelry design. This is what we are offering at Bead, and we find that the can say livelihood increases from 0 to 5,000 to 50,000 per month. Many girls are can say earning to the extent of 50,000 per month. There are electronic courses also, mobile, TV, solar, organic farming, instrumentation, soap, detergent, and so on and so forth. Plus robotics, AI, this is a new thing that is, can say, gaining very importance, and you can find good opportunities in that. AI is known to you. You must have heard about AI. So robotics, AI, these are the things that will gain very importance in the recent future. Next slide. Next slide. The next slide tells you about NSQF level descriptors, skill component, sector skill, and so on. I have already told you about that assessment system, monitoring system, and so on. Next slide. So next slide is basically about internship and apprenticeship. I have some additional features of this. I have added this internship and apprenticeship in the presentation. This is very recently, means on 12th of November in New Delhi, this apprenticeship and internship have been, you can say, uh, talked about in detail at the national level. And we have now some provisions under internship, some provisions under apprenticeship. You must have heard, means I'm telling you about the story of from Maharashtra. It is Yuva Kaushal Yojana, Mukhyamantri Yuva Kaushal Yojana, or uh, on job, you can get on job training or internship training for the people who have completed 12th and then diploma and a graduate. So this internship program has been offered by the government of Maharashtra. At the same time, there are other states also like UP, MP, and so on. There are many other states who have offered this apprenticeship program and internship program very recently. The recent meeting at Delhi uh, has highlighted they have reviewed the performance or the progress of this particular thing, the internship and apprenticeship. So this, as I said earlier, that curricular framework has included this internship and apprenticeship as the thing which will be given certificates and also credits. So UGC guidelines for higher education to offer apprenticeship, internship, embedded degree program. This is very important. And UG students must complete 2 to 6 credit requirement of internship public project in each year, where they are engaged in 4 to 6 weeks of structured summer internship in research institutions or industry. This is very important part of can say NEP. So earlier we used to talk about this thing as a concept. So internship is essential. You must have exposure to industry and so on. Apprenticeship is an act. I will come to that act a little later. So under Act, it is mandatory for every industry to accommodate these students, and they must be given some stipend also. So apprenticeship is monitored under Act. So NATS is there. This scheme is there, and this is being operated by Bureau of Apprenticeship Training under Ministry of Education. And this PKI, CII, NASCOM, various commercial organizations, enterprises, banks, industries, they are part of it. Means they have already accepted this particular provision that if any graduate during education or after completing education joins the industry, those students will be given required training, and even stipend is also given. So beauty of it is it has credit also. So it is not just go and do something, get some experience, not like that, but it is now part of framework, and there are credits associated with it. So when there are credits, there is proper mechanism for assessment, monitoring also. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So this slide tells you that under NEP, this provision of apprenticeship is very important. Out of 4 highlights, one highlight is provision of apprenticeship. So you must understand this, how this has been highlighted in NEP and how it has been formalized in the framework and supported by various organizations and mechanisms. Next slide. So next slide will give you a very good idea about what is really going on at national level as well as at the global level. So what is the objective? Our objective is to develop Vikasit Bharat by 2047. So how do you really do it? So obviously we have to have skilled man. So to do it in a prioritized way, in a better way, faster way, Government of India has identified 9 key themes. The key themes are given in the slide. So these nine key themes are productivity and resilience in agriculture, urban development, inclusive HR development, energy security, next generation reforms, innovation, research and development, infrastructure, manufacturing and services. And out of that 9, one of the area is employability and skilling. So you must understand all the other 8 themes also, but you must understand simultaneously that skilling, vocational, all these things are included. Apprenticeship, internship, all these things are included in the curriculum framework, and the Government of India in the pursuit of Vikasit Bharat, it says that employability and skilling is very important theme for Vikasit Bharat. So you must understand this particular aspect when you really go for implementation of NEP, or when you really understand what is that NEP. Next slide gives you more details of this particular thing. How people are employed. So what is the trend in hiring? What is the trend in hiring? You will find that there are 7 emerging sectors: IT, agriculture, electric car, aviation, biotechnology, and you will find that it means this travel and tourism is very important. It's a arts and commerce people can understand the importance of this. This travel and tourism is very important, and it finds its place in 7 emerging sectors along with IT and AI, artificial intelligence is first sector. At the same time, you find that travel and tourism is equally important, and that's why I must tell you that this Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University has very good travel and tourism course, and I have met many students who have passed out from this department of this university, that they are earning like anything. Their their career is set, and they are very much thankful to the university. So those who are talking about NEP and vocational and skill courses, they must find out what are the skill courses available in the university, in the colleges. So this travel and tourism, then obviously communication skill, professional ethics, attitudes, knowledge about market and this and that. All these things are equally important when you really go for travel and tourism. But the beauty of it is out of 7 emerging sectors, one of them is travel and tourism. So how people are, can say, hired? It is 1 to 5 years experience, 28%, 6 to 10 years experience, 24%, and 30% pressure. So this 30% pressure is very much important. So where are these pressures to candidates preferred? You'll find that this BFSI sector is very important. What is this BFSI? This is banking, financial sector, and insurance. Try to understand important. Like travel and tourism, you will find that this banking, financial services, and insurance sector demands 40% fresh students, 40%. And that's why this BFSI has appeared in the list of, can say, courses, vocational courses. I have shown that slide also. And you find that this BFSI, banking, financial services, and insurance, has been included in the list of vocational courses or skill courses. So this is the beauty of it. So any rural college, any degree college with commerce, science, arts background, they can go for this banking and financial services. So you try to understand it is 40% for the fresher candidates. So if you offer this insurance courses, financial services courses, banking courses in your college, obviously your fresh students from arts and commerce will get some job in the industry. At the same time, you have apprenticeship, you have internship, for which, like Government of Maharashtra, the Chief Minister scheme gives you 8,000 rupees as an intern, 8,000 rupees for a graduate or your 12 pass student. So 8,000 to 10,000 is the range that is offered for 6 months by the Government of Maharashtra. So this scheme has been approved very recently in the state of Maharashtra. It is also being implemented in other states like UP, MP, and North also. So that's why this internship, fresh graduate, then travel tourism like sectors, agriculture sector, electric car, IT, AI, and this banking institution. So this, all this information is very pertinent to you, and you must understand that what is the hiring pattern. Fresh graduates are preferred to the extent of 40% in banking and financial services. So you must include these courses in your curriculum. That is the message that I wish to convey to you. Next slide. So what are the numbers? You find that there are 50 lakh graduates who do not opt for higher education. Means 50 lakh graduates are coming out. So what is the overall employability of graduates as per India skill report? So overall employability is 51%. Employability of the graduates is 51%. So if they have technical background, this increases to 65%. If they are non-technical like arts and commerce, this comes down to 48%. So when it comes to BSc and BCom, BSc and BA, BSc people are preferred 51%, BCom people are 48%, and BA has 47% of employees. So can this BA student, graduate, arts graduate student increase their employability? So obviously there is this chance. I was asking to a, can say, language professor, what are the skills available in your language course? The professor said, we can offer a course wherein content writing can be taught to the language students or arts graduate. Similarly, for social work students or can social science students, similar skills can be given to them. Means if you want to implement a particular scheme, you need to convince the people. You need to help the people who are eligible for particular scheme to fill up their form, take them to the bank, take to the office, get them, can say, help them to get the scheme approved and DBT in there. So this is how even arts graduate, social science graduate, or language students also perform some courses and increase their employability in the today's situation. Next slide. So this pattern of employability tells you how do you really improve your employability by skill education in your curriculum, which is part of your curriculum. So what are the key levers? It is skill alignment, it is enrichment in your curriculum. So you have to go for skill courses. At the same time, you must enrich your curriculum also. Like if you are trying for, I can say, travel, tourism, banking, IT, AI, or if you're trying for banking, financial services, and insurance, so you must see that your curriculum includes some banking courses, some financial services courses, some insurance course, and so on. So you must enrich curriculum so that our students are naturally getting exposed to get alignment with these new things that are demanded in the market. So for practical exposures, you increase the opportunity. So what are the opportunities for practical approaches? It is internship and practical industry exposure through visits also, through internship also. As I said, internship has been formalized by the can say government of Maharashtra through PM Karyakushal Yojana. Karyakushal Yojana is basically the students 12 plus diploma plus graduate. The students are exposed to the practical skills so that employability increases. So during that period also the youth is getting some money, like as I said, under CM Karyakushal Yojana, 8,000 or something per month for 6 months and so on. So this study, this I can say survey has been conducted by the state of Maharashtra, and these opportunities are available. So you enter that organization, maybe a bank, maybe an industry, maybe some other organization, maybe some other establishment, and you get exposed to some practical skills so as to improve your employability. Industry collaboration is another thing. Like many institutes, like university department, they have industry collaboration. Like as I know, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University has incubation center, in the university, and the managing director of that incubation center is an industrialist. So industrialist is sitting in the university for some time. So obviously, when you think of some startup, so you have such experienced person as an industrialist available for consultation. So this is called industry collaboration. You can have formalized courses, you can have practical visits, you can have problem solving for the students, you can have internship, you can have apprenticeship. So these are the various forms of industry collaboration. Next slide. So I talked about skilling, I talked about internship, like it is PM internship program. We have similarly CM internship program for the youth aged 21 to 24. So this UGC, all these details are given in this, and you can use this national internship portal for internship program. Similarly, for the state of Maharashtra, the students can approach the government of Maharashtra offices and through their, can say, portals, you can get stipend also during internship for 6 months, and at the same time get experience. So this apprenticeship, as I said, for all degree programs, when you are a student, this must be embedded. This is embedded in the as an integral part of curriculum. Graduates and diploma holders can enroll as apprenticeship after passing their course. So when you complete or next slide. So this next slide will tell you about this act, Apprenticeship Act 1961 mandates every industry to hire apprentices in the band of 2.5% to 15% of total workforce. So it is mandatory for every industry to hire freshers who have completed their graduation or diploma. So they are hired as apprenticeship. During that apprenticeship, the industry will offer some money also. This particular scheme, Apprenticeship Act 1961, this particular provision, which is mandatory for every industry, this is being monitored by National Apprenticeship Training Scheme (NETS). So we have a regional office also in Mumbai, and they are looking after this particular aspect of mandatory provision of Apprenticeship Act 1961. So what are the key provisions of this apprenticeship? It is proficiency in specific job roles. You get exposed to it. You are doing industry relevant work experience, and you are exposed to industry. You are working in industry environment. So when you join as a, you can say, labor or officer or supervisor, later on, prior to that, you have lived in that industry environment. That is the beauty of apprenticeship. You are industry relevant work and you have exposure to that industry. So this enhances employability potential. You will find that these are the three key provisions: proficiency in specific job role, you learn something during apprenticeship, you are exposed to industry, and you have increased the job opportunities or employability. Next slide. So next slide tells you about the details. NETS is an anchor for providing apprenticeship. So during graduation, after graduate, and third aspect that I have already explained. So whatever internship you do, apprenticeship you do, this is credited. Means there are associated credit. 2 to 6 credits are given for internship as well as apprenticeship. So this is credited. There are credits. So this is part of your curricular program or framework. So this you must understand that Government of India, Government of Maharashtra, and other governments are also very serious about this particular thing, because apprenticeship and internship will improve employability. As I have already given numbers, so these numbers tells you that this apprenticeship internship must help us, our youth, to increase the employability. Next slide. So NATS is acting as an skilling arm for the colleges. Skilling arm for the colleges. So students who have passed or are pursuing graduation or 6 months to 1 year industry relevant on job training and so on, and 50% of minimum prescribed stipend provided by the government, 50% will be provided by the industry. So there is money associated with it. So you get experience, at the same time you get money also. Next slide will give you details of that money. So you have 9,000 per month, and 50% of that will be borne by the government, particular state government, and 50% will be borne by the Government of India. So 9,000 per month for degree holder, diploma holder 8,000, sandwich diploma student 7,000, and so on. So this provision tells you that, and there are many cases. We have lot of data by the Government of India that how this scheme is running. Next slide. So this slide tells you that NATS on the track for next year 2024-25, but what is the previous data in 23-24 last year? More than 2.53 lakh students are part of this apprenticeship program, and so far 8 lakh 68,000 students have undergone this sort of apprenticeship training. So this is a very ambitious project, and you can see the numbers this year. Then how many colleges are involved? 2,000, and how many establishments are part of this apprenticeship program? This 10,000 plus. Next slide. The next slide gives you on the right side a few organizations which are part of. This slide on the left hand side gives you idea about what are the sectors: IT, then automobile, banking, and so on, electronics, healthcare, pharmaceutical, consulting, construction, and so on. Next slide gives you about the procedure. This has to be done in the college. Portals are available. You log into that, you enter, you register, and then you will get opportunity for internship and apprenticeship. So apprenticeship is very seriously looked after by the Government of India. Very recently, in the second week of November, there was a meeting through which these provisions have reached to this presentation. Next slide. Next slide. So fourth part tells you about the DBT transaction. So whatever stipend is offered by the state government or the government of India, this will reach to your account, student's account directly. There is कटौती वगैरह कोई मामला नहीं है, और you'll get complete money for this stipend. Next slide, Amol. Next slide. Next. So this is the process flow for the colleges on NATS portal. Next slide. So this is how students will log in, then complete the, can say, apprenticeship training in the industry environment, which is being monitored, which is being, can say helped by the NATS, supported by the Act 1961, and then you are job ready individual, skill and job ready individual. Next slide. So this is the administrative arrangement. We have Western region and we have a director. P.N. Jumle is the director of Board of Apprenticeship Training in Mumbai. Next slide. Another two aspects which are included in the earlier presentation means, and in the framework, we have community engagement and field projects. So this is also very important to improve the understanding of the student, to, I can say, make them ready for the field projects in the industry or in the, I can say, other establishments also. So if you ask the students to get engaged with community, understand what are the problems of community, perform some field project, write a project, this will help you to improve your understanding. It's a skill set, and this skill set is required by the industry, by the banks, and various other establishments. Next slide. This field project or community project, as I said earlier, it has given some credits, 2 credits for this community project. Next is about the MOOC platform. I have already mentioned about MOOC platform and digital platform through which the courses that we were talking about, skill courses and other things. So these courses can be, can be completed through this MOOC platform or SWAYAM platform. These are available like swayam.government.in, and you have video lecture, you have some assignments, you can download the material also, you have self-assessment test and so on. So this NPTEL is another can say learning platform on which various courses are available. So this is a very important feature, and now this has been earlier this NPTEL course is the thing that I was exposed to it since 20 years, but now this has been formalized, this has been given proper importance in the curricular framework. So you must understand, like I remember we have farmer producer company. So those who are working as accountant and chief executive officer of farmer producer company, they are supposed to complete a course how a FPC works on Swayam and MOOC platform. So this is how you'll find this has become a let's say a requirement of this, that if you are doing some job with FPC and other things, you must complete the course through Swayam platform or through MOOC platform, and these courses are available. It's a very important aspect of today's education scenario, and that's why this has been included in the curricular framework of NEP. Next slide. So this is about online courses, monitoring and assessment. I have already talked about that. Next slide. And we have credit framework. This enables creditization of all these components of learning. So whatever you learn through MOOC or SWAYAM or through other skill courses or through experiential learning and other things or on-job training, whatever you do, apprenticeship or internship, all these things, then they find their can say presence on your mark sheet through some creditization. Next slide. So this completes the entire framework of apprenticeship, internship, then small projects, research project, community project, NCC, NHS, then skill courses, so on and so forth, and how this has been formalized in the curricular framework of NEP. So this aspect you must understand, and how do you really do it. So I've tried to even give some example that any college, district place, or rural background, arts, commerce, science, or any other course, how they can really get an opportunity for their students, complete skill courses, vocational courses, or ability enhancement courses, or internships, then apprenticeship, and so on and so forth. So in my presentation, I have included all these aspects, critical aspects, success stories also. So with this, I complete my presentation, and if you have any question, you can get this presentation also. You can get some notes also available with our training center. So those notes are also, I will give you some idea about how do you really perform these core courses and other types of courses for increasing employability. I have given you complete picture of employability pattern also. So with this, I will conclude, and I will thank you all for, can say, patiently hearing for such a long time. Thank you. Amol?
Yes, sir.
Participants,
Amol?
any
Good.
questions?
Oh, otherwise, we'll say goodbye for the day.
आप लोग अनम्यूट कर पूछ सकते हो, मैंने अनम्यूट का ऑप्शन रखा है अभी. पार्टिसिपेंट आप अनम्यूट कर सवाल पूछ सकते हो सर से। पहले अनम्यूट का ऑप्शन नहीं था, अभी हमने अनम्यूट किया है। और अगर आपके प्रश्न नहीं है तो फिर सर का लेक्चर अगर हुआ होगा तो फिर हम वोट ऑफ थैंक्स देते हैं। सो इफ नो क्वेश्चन्स आर देयर, सर आपल्याला काही बोलायचं आहे का अजून सर?
नाही, बस झालं.
ठीक ठीक. So on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, my special thanks to Professor Upendra Kulkarni sir for sparing his valuable time and setting the tone of this NEP orientation and sensitization course through his inaugural address as well as keynote for this first session. Now I declare this inaugural session is over, and all of us, we will gather tomorrow for the next lecture. Thank you.